Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question from a purely logical standpoint. So we all understand that football clubs ultimately are businesses, and they have shareholders, and they need to develop revenue and need to deliver profits ultimately. But monetisation is not a standalone objective. It cannot be a standalone objective. It needs to start somewhere, and it's impossible to monetise an audience that doesn't exist. So the first thing that we need to do is to create the audience, and we all know that fans have loyal, avid, core supporters that would like to consume content directly from the club if they were given the opportunity to do that. In reality, though, there are a couple of difficulties with how clubs currently try to communicate with their fan bases. The first, obviously, is that some of them use platforms that don't allow them to react quickly, as we've already mentioned, and to publish content quickly. The second, then, is making sure that we have the right type of content. We've known from our research pieces around certain fan groups that they will avidly consume behind the scenes content, fly on the wall content, in order to try to get the inside track, or to feel that they have the inside track to what's happening within their club. We know that they're really interested in that kind of thing. The other thing that we know is, because most football clubs don't have all of the football world news on their platform, the fan, in order to fill those gaps, will use other platforms. We'll go to Sky Sports, we'll go to the BBC Sports website, and use various other third-party websites to get a broad view of what's happening in the football world, because it's not available on the club website. So if we can create a situation whereby a club website can answer all of those things, so all of the news, all of the discussion, all of the insight is available in a quick and agile manner, there's no reason why a club can't own its own fans and own its own fans' attention, and make sure that the recency and frequency issues are dealt with, that the fans don't come to their website purely on match day, that it can be a 7-day a week experience and interaction. We just need to make sure, as I say, that we have the audience first. And once the audience are engaged, that gives you opportunities to do all kinds of things.
Yeah, I think ultimately, while they were never stated publicly, they're business, and it's about adding to the bottom line. So whatever investment they put in to digital or into platforms, the ultimate aim is to sell something else to the fan.
Yeah.
But we had one instance very early on in our discussions with clubs where a club actually asked us to remove the word monetisation from our website, because they said, as soon as we sign up with you, our fans are going to look at you on your website, on your webpage, and they don't want to know that that's our ultimate aim. So you've got to be careful how you phrase it and how you get there. And it goes back to the first question, doesn't it, really, that from a club's perspective, understanding the fan, both the attitude of the fan and the analytics around how he interacts with you is the key to selling them something else.
And it's about delivering value as well, because none of us mind paying for something that's value, and we're all football fans, and we all don't mind exchanging money for something of value, but it has to be something of genuine value, and you don't want to feel like, well, I'm paying for nothing. And paywalls is an interesting one, because there are a lot of clubs with app propositions at the moment that, forced upon them or otherwise, that have got paywalls in the way. And I know one of the things that we've seen from audience insights that we've done with football fans at certain clubs is that one of their biggest frustrations has been that there's paywalls in the way of content that they can just get from anywhere else, and therefore the club is almost punishing the fan and preventing the fan from engaging with them on that level. Exactly, it's a great word to use, and it's an inhibitor, and they're inhibiting fans from coming in. And to overcome that, it's about providing them a central source to go and get all the relevant content from them, not just from that club, but from everybody within that league and the other leagues as well, because that's they want more. They want more, and you can monetise that properly, but you don't necessarily need to monetise it from the fan. You can monetise it from other areas such as advertising revenue, but you've got to have the analytics to do it, of course.
Yeah. But once the analytics are in place, and once we understand who the fans are, you're absolutely correct, Chris, in that fans will consume experiences and will consume products from their favourite club. There is no question. What we need to do is to make sure that the commercial offerings on club side fit with real fan needs and are offered to fans in the most targeted and most intelligent way, and in a targeted and intelligent timing framework, so that we understand that whatever the commercial offering is, whether it's a season ticket offering or whether it's an F&B on-site offering or whether it's a new apparel offering, that offering is being targeted at the right fan at the right time in order to maximise the opportunity that the fan will say yes. And we know that if the fan is engaged in the right way, that he will want to say yes if he's approached at the right time with the right offering.
We shouldn't lose sight either of the fact that monetisation is not just about taking money out of the fan's pocket. It's also about selling the data around that fan to a partner or a sponsor, and that's probably more in terms of revenue potential than taking the pound out of the fan's pocket.
It is.
You know, so we shouldn't get hung up on it being sell something to the fan.
Yeah,
Selling the fan and his abilities and his spare change on out to the ground.
Yeah.